The first thing that I want to cover today is just the general arrangement of equipment that we have in the meet management office. I'm going to start over on the left-hand side here. This is our Gen 7 Serial Timer. Nice thing about the Gen 7 timer is it is a network-based device, so this never has to leave this office. It can stay right here for its entire life. It connects on the back side with an Ethernet cable that then plugs into the network of the facility. So depending on where we're wanting to run our swim meet, we just have to have a network jack near that location, and the software that operates the timer will connect to the timer and operate it. Some of the other items I want to cover on the back of the timer, it does have a start input and a speaker input. You can have your starter connected right next to this device, and if we're using an on-deck cable, just have it go into the system that way. We do have three 485 scoreboard data jacks that aren't used in this configuration. All of that comes through our main timing cable. We do have a main serial timing cable that will go from this point on the timer down to a wall plate where it will connect. And then we have 3 USB jacks. The only one that you need to be really concerned about is the one in the middle here. It's a USB-B, and then it will have a USB-A on the other end, and that will connect to Hy-Tek's meet management. If we have the timer directly next to the meet management computer. In another section here, I'll cover a device that we have called a USB to USB device that lets you connect your Hy-Tek meet management laptop directly to the software that's running the Gen 7 timer on a different laptop. And then finally, there is a 12-volt power cord. It has a little clasp in here. So to disconnect, hold solid there and pull out. That's just a neat little connector. It locks in place. So just line the 2 red dots up and push in, and you're good to go. We'll turn this guy back around here and disconnect the phone. Right now, as you can see, the timer is on, the scoreboards are sending out information, and we've got the LEDs going around, which means we are running a race. All right, second thing I'd like to cover are our DisplayLink computers. In this facility, we do have 2 video displays. So we operate them with a desktop computer, one for each display. Both of those displays also have a fiber optic transceiver that sends the information out of the video scaler switchers up to the display. So from the computer, we have an input into the video scaler switchers that's on DVI2. And then we also have HDMI inputs, DisplayPort inputs, and then the one down below here, we have a DVI1 input. So what we do is we take the information coming out of this computer, we send it into this VX4, and then out of that VX4 into this VX4, and then out to the fiber converters and to the displays, so that we can have the exact same thing on both displays or different things on both displays. And then over here, we just have the second desktop computer and monitor, keyboard, and mouse. So that's kind of the general setup of what we have on top of the desk here. If we can kind of drop down below, we don't have any holes cut in the countertop yet, so the wiring's still kind of messy. But down here we have the scoreboard connection. That takes the information coming out of the timer, brings it back up here and sends it into the computer. We have our main timing connection. We have our diving 485 connection. We have our fiber optic connections. And then we have our Hy-Tek meet management live connection, and also a numeric scoreboard, scoreboard data input. We do have a numeric scoreboard in this facility as well. So those are kind of the main connections and things that we have on top of the table here. In the next section, we'll cover the DisplayLink software.